Welcome to Subramani. A very fundamental question a friend asked me, saying, Subra, should I be in the equity markets at all? And I have some money to invest. Should I invest now or should I wait for the presidential elections to be over? This brought me to a very simple question. So I said, the fact that you're asking me this question at this age of 57 means you have never invested in the equity market. So she said, no, I have never invested in the equity market. So I said, look, then you should not be investing in equity markets now unless you are investing very small amounts of money. Like for example, if you have 50 lakhs of rupees lying in the savings bank account, I wouldn't say put 50 lakhs into equity. I would say still put only 5,000 or 10,000 per month into equity. As a total percentage, it is very small, but given the fact that you have never invested and you're starting at this age, means your loss aversion must be much greater. For example, if she puts in money and if she were to lose the money for whatever it is, the market plunges or something like that happens, then she will be worried to death that her money is gone, even though it may just be 50,000 rupees or 2 lakh rupees over a time which is invested. If that 2 lakh becomes 1 lakh 30 or 1 lakh 40, and she will be worried, she will call me and that kind of a thing. So I did not have any clue about her total corpus. So I just thought I'll do this video and tell her, because this is what I told her. I said, look, I am normally wired little differently, because every book you read tells you that we are more we have loss aversion. That is, we can afford to miss out a gain, but we will not like to take losses. So that may be true and must be absolutely true, because it comes from our ancient times when we were afraid of any rustling in the grass. You didn't know whether it was a rabbit, deer or a tiger. And a deer could also create enough harm for you that you didn't know how to handle the horns of a deer. But today you don't need to do all that, because you can take partial risk. See, what happened is, when you said better safe than sorry, you meant that if a tiger were to catch you, you're dead. You can't lose a limb, you just die, right? But in the markets today, you can hedge your position. You can take some equity, some debt, some gold, and you can hedge your position for people who are scared. For people like me, I am more worried about the opportunity that I would have missed. For example, Reliance is a good example to give, because nobody can accuse anybody of rigging the Reliance price. So if you had bought Reliance at 2,300, would it have worried you at 1,800, saying, oh my God, now what happens? So much of my money is lost. Actually, I wouldn't be. I have a position in Reliance, so let me warn you. And I may actually be a buyer at 1,800, but then I would have been a buyer even at 2,300. Maybe I'm doing an SIP in Reliance of 50 shares a month or 100 shares a month, right? So maybe I'm doing that. So it does not bother me. In fact, if I don't buy at 1,800 and it goes back to 2,300, I will feel, oh God, what an opportunity did I miss. And if I buy it at 1,800 and the price goes to 1,400, it still doesn't bother me, because I say, wow, let me buy more. So that is how I am wired. Or what I have done is, over the years, change the wiring in my mind, which allows me to go to something like an 80% or 85% in equity, and only the balance in debt or real estate or whatever it is there for you, right? So if you are wired to, look at it this way, over the next 20-30 years, assuming that India does well and my optimism bias removed, I think 77% of the time the markets will be up and 23% of the times the market will be down. Should I be worried about the 23% or worry about missing out on the 77%? For me, missing out on that 77% seems far bigger a worry than the 23% for which I need to be prepared. I know one thing, that when I invest, I need to be prepared for COVID-like market reactions, and that should not worry me. That is far more important. So it's training of the mind. And you should also know that today, if there is a rustle in the grass, it is just cat or a rat which is there. It is definitely no tiger. The markets have been made toothless. All the teeth of the equity guys have been removed. The big players today in the market are the liquidity kings, which is the Fed and RBI and people like that, who are pumping enough money outside to push a lot of money into the market, which is holding the prices high. So the players have changed. So the tiger fangs have been removed. The tiger has been injected with a lot of sedatives. So the tiger actually starts behaving like a domestic cat. So you don't have to worry so much, but there is a shortage of tigers anyway. So is there something else that I should tell you? Well, since you have never invested in equities, and if you do invest in equities and you lose your sleep over it because somebody came and told you you put 25 lakhs into equities, that would be a disaster for you. Not because the markets will go down. In fact, I am convinced that the market will go up over your lifetime. You don't have to worry about that. But the question is, if I tell you that this is a good time to invest and the market plunges another 10-15%, there is a coronavirus bigger breakout in Europe, more people are killed, and India goes in for more lockdowns, believe me, we can't afford it. But if those things happen, why can't the market fall more? I'm sure the market can fall. So be ready for the fall. You don't have to predict the fall. Predicting the fall is very difficult, almost impossible. Nobody does it. But being ready for the fall is very useful. If you know how to fall, land on your butt, hold your knees and face together so that there is minimum damage, right? So you should know how to handle the fall, not the question of when the fall will happen. That is not so important, right? So the markets will keep going up, markets will keep going down. The question is, what should you be doing rather than what the market will be doing? And all my advice will be ruthless for you if you can't stay calm during market drawdowns. So understanding yourself is far more important in equity investing, at least as much important as understanding equity markets. So that's about it. Since you do not understand markets enough, I would suggest a very small STP, maybe 10,000 rupees if you have 50 lakhs and not more than that, simply because it is going to take you time to understand markets and it is going to take you time to understand yourself. You have no clue how you will react when the markets are down, right? You have to stay the course when the markets crashes. You have no choice. You cannot be selling when the market is down. You have other sources of income from which you have to live, and using this as a crutch to withdraw, saying, oh, market is down, I knew I would lose money, so therefore I will withdraw, hurts you far more. Even if you don't invest during this period, that's okay. But withdrawing during bad times, withdrawing when the market is low, to me, is not a great option to have. Thank you.